Yeah, so I lived in this house on I lived in this house on in Point of Canonier, Palm Villa, Rue des Etoiles, Point of Canonier, in the Grand Bay area in Mauritius. I lived in this house for 5 months. I moved in December. I moved in December 2018 and left at the end of April 2019. I am recording this video on the 1st of May 2019 to show the bedroom where I slept for 3 months out of those 5 months. I moved in December, and this poorly made bed got damaged when we sat on it. My wife sat on the bottom end. I sat on the top end, and it caved in, and it almost made my wife to lose her pregnancy. My wife bled, and we incurred costs for her to get well. I'm just recording this as evidence of neglect because I spoke to the caretaker several times about coming to repair the bed. I am Emmanuel Nwesiri, by the way, Dr. Emmanuel Nwesiri. I work for the African Leadership University, Mauritius campus in Pamplemousis in Mauritius. Every month, I was paying 23,000 rupees to live in this house. 23,000 rupees is about $700 or $800, so to speak. It's a 3 bedroom house that I lived in. My daughter slept in this bedroom. You can see this window has no curtains on it. It kept falling off from the time we entered this house till the time we left. And I kept reminding the caretaker to fix it. He will come and do some temporary work on it and leave. The next week it will fall off again. Those are you can see, these are the things that fell off from it. You can see them over here. This is one of them that fell off, and the caretaker could not bother to repair this, and showed him several times, just as more evidence of neglect. This is the other room where my other daughter slept, and you can see up there, this is also coming off the wall. You can see it coming off the wall. Up there, you can see it coming off the wall. These are some of the things that made clear to the caretaker, and he could not be bothered. But the bed was the main issue. So this is the first floor balcony. Yeah. These are the other neighbors that I have, because there are 4 houses in this housing complex. These are the other neighbors. So I couldn't take it anymore, and I moved out. The caretaker, of course, and the landlord would want to talk about law of contract to protect their interests, but there's also the law against unjust enrichment. Yeah, there is a law against unjust enrichment. People know about the law of contract. Landlords want to protect themselves, but tenants also have the law of unjust enrichment that we can use to protect ourselves, so that somebody cannot just exploit us, maybe because we are not from the island, maybe because they think, oh, it's their property, and they can do whatever they want to do and all of that. But they have a duty. They have a duty to those renting from them, especially when it comes to where people sleep. I mean, we wake up in the morning with body pains when we do try to sleep on this thing. So my wife and I, we resorted to sleeping in the kids' bedrooms. Yeah, we resorted to sleeping in the kids' bedrooms because this was just intolerable. I mean, it is by any standards anywhere in the world to sleep on this for 3 months. It's just intolerable. It's just intolerable. You know, not only did we have to cope with this upstairs, downstairs we had to cope with a dining table that was just terrible. It kept on falling apart. As you can see, the legs of the dining table, they're skewed. You can see from the straight edge when you look at this straight edge to the table, and then you look at the foot, you can see they are skewed. I rented this place and brought this to the attention of the caretaker, and they sent somebody who came and just bushed it up. And I complained, and my kids. This was injury waiting to happen. We were always on guard to protect them from any kind of injury. Look at this. When you do that, it's so unstable. It can actually fall at any time. So we would hardly eat on this because it was just terrible. Sharp edges for my little 4-year-old. Always on guard. Always on guard. For my little 4-year-old running about the home, feeling free, and all of this. It would be grossly unjust for any landlord to think that to subject tenants to this kind of treatment, then they can fall back on the law of contract and say, hey, you left my property before your contract was over for a year. I'm going to penalize you for it. I mean, it would just be unbecoming for such things to happen. It will be unbecoming. So that's the one house there, the second house, the third house, and my family and I, we lived in the fourth one. This one. This is the one where we lived for 5 months of just tolerating absolute disaster in the bedroom. Absolute disaster in the bedroom. This is where we lived. This is where we live. I filmed this on the 1st of May, and this is me filming it in this home where we were for 5 months, and it was just unresponsiveness from the caretaker, who was supposed to make sure that our stay was hitch-free and healthy. This is the kitchen. This is the kitchen. And just going back upstairs now. You can come along as we go upstairs.